I'm sitting here, and they tell me I overthink a lot, but sometimes that helps when you're dealing with investigations. But yeah, sometimes you got to take a break from it. I have to tell you that I'm sitting here thinking about why in the world would the Drug Task Force people give Tara my paperwork? Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense. And then you add in the fact that my mother was murdered at around that time period. And so I'm sitting here going, are you kidding me? Then Tara had the audacity to try to tell me that I was lucky I was even able to keep my kid. How dare she try to tell me that? And she didn't have anything to do with my situation at all. Except she was married to Mr. Carpenter. Well, that didn't have anything to do with me. Especially when I didn't have anything to do with him any longer. And so by the time that raid had occurred, the only thing I was to Mr. Carpenter was his payee. And I gave him money like he was supposed to have. Nobody disputes that. The problem we have here is, why would they hand Tara my paperwork and my possessions and Edward McGee's? It doesn't make any sense. Especially when Tara slept with Edward McGee. I didn't sleep with him. That's Pink's brother. Why would I do that? I don't do things like that. Tara also slept with Red, who's an FBI informant. Why would she do that? She was caught with him at Parkside when she had her apartment up there. So the question then becomes, because, Melanie McGee, who's Edward McGee's ex-wife, she told me she lived over by where Sheriff Underwood's family lived, over across from Russ Forest. And that she grew up with Felicia Gonzalez. Kachi. That's Pink's baby mama. That's Destiny's dad. So why would they all just group up together and try to pick on me? Especially knowing Melanie McGee was trying to get Dorian. They actually said that they cleaned their apartment out to where I would be able to live with them, and they wanted to try and get Dory. The only reason you would want to do that is because you knew that Destiny was Mr. Carpenter's, and you were trying to pull a fast one. How odd is it that Mr. Carpenter was in jail when my mother died? That doesn't necessarily mean he didn't kill my mother. Just so we're all on the same page here. So we have some things that the Drug Task Force, specifically Beth Davies, would need to explain, because she was the one who told me that she wanted me to give her information regarding Edward McGee so that she could lock him up. And then when I told her I don't have anything on him, I have evidence against Mr. Carpenter, not against Edward McGee, it pissed her off. And she tried to use my kids as blackmail in order to try to get me to fabricate and lie. And I refused to do that. So we have a situation here with regards to some of these police trying to manipulate me because I wouldn't do what they wanted to, lying and being dirty. So there's a huge situation that needs to be addressed within Cass County and within the Michigan Drug Task Force. I don't know exactly who was there because I wasn't there that night when they got raided. I dropped a radio off that I had actually reported stolen, that Mr. Carpenter had repeatedly stolen from me and tried to hold over my head. And I let him know via that radio, that car stereo, that I had let go of that and he was no longer of importance to me. So unless they were just looking for some drama, because that's all this seems to be, is all of these guys with a bunch of non-essential drama trying to lie and manipulate and use that drama that they put forth all those years ago in their lying addictive behavior and trying to manipulate it and make it look like it's all my fault, when I'm the innocent victim here. Me and my kids are. These guys have some serious explaining to do with regards to the law and the situation, especially where the Drug Task Force is concerned. You've got a lot of these people. How many cases did they manipulate like they manipulate and lied in mine? That'll be the next question. Because it's black and white as far as the evidence is concerned. So what's next here? And we're still waiting for Tiara because, these people wrongfully took both of my girls and my son. We have my son back, but I'm still missing 2 girls. So as far as that goes, we have a serious situation because it's obvious now that my daughter was kidnapped, and they have yet to return her, knowing that these people frauded a case. So where do we go from here with this situation? I'd really like to know, because no one seems to want to help me by returning my daughter. All they can do is stand there and say, she doesn't want her, she doesn't want her, she doesn't want her, knowing my actions don't fit their statements. So where's Tiara? That's the real question. That should be the biggest concern for everybody, because Tiara is being hurt in this situation because she was wrongfully removed from her family. We're Christian people. We teach our daughter Christianity, and if that's the reason these people are mad because we taught my daughter to line up with the word, that's their bad, not mine. The fact they didn't take the time to get to know the truth about me, that's also they bad, not mine. So they're supposed to correct the situation in accordance with the Constitution. The Fifth Amendment says that I'm entitled to immediate relief because an injustice has been served here. So where's Tiara? Because according to the Constitution, they're supposed to give her back. With God's love, God bless America. Have a blessed day. And back the badge.